Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome back to the JSL Code A. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. Artosis, we just saw Squirtle dominate. Terius was not up to par.
No.
To be totally blunt.
Terius, I think he just doesn't know what to do in a lot of situations. It's that simple.
Some people can train really hard, but still not understand the game.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
True. Yeah.
You have to actually train really hard for a very long time.
You got to do a ton of different strategies.
That's why we see the old players actually doing extremely well.
Yeah.
These guys are actually... That's why. I mean,
that's actually true.
He's been playing forever. He understands.
Yeah, I mean, look at our champions. Yeah. All three were former StarCraft 1 pros that have played for years and years and years. So enough about that series, though. Let's go on to this next series. Here we have JSL Zenith.
This guy used to be called Joker Game Eye. He was a StarCraft 1 pro.
He was sick. Good.
He was really good at TBC, man.
Yeah, man. I remember sending his replays back when I played random, man.
Well, that's awesome, yeah. In the first
True
season,
story, guys.
He lost to Tester, a.k.a. Trickster, a.k.a. Sokisu, a.k.a. Sagisu. I don't know. Guy has 100 IDs now suddenly. And then in the next season, he actually knocked out Nada in the qualification bracket in the third season, and then took out Zenix Kirix 2-0, and then lost to Hong and Prime.
Over here we have SC Foyu, our other Foyu player. In Season 3, he made it to the round of 32. Foyu, a deadly team. I would say these guys are on the lower half, well, Terius and SC, on the lower half of the Foyu ranking chain. But we'll see. Yep. SC, I presume that stands for StarCraft.
I think so.
Or Southern Comfort.
No, I don't think that.
Maybe Southern California.
Could be. Took out We Made Fox's Lin 2-1 in the first round of Season 3, and then lost to Fruit Dealer 1-2 in the second round. Pretty close match, actually.
Yeah.
We were all like this for Fruit Dealer. And,
no kidding.
Here he is in Code A now. This guy's actually a pretty good player.
So we're going to get this game started after we introduce the maps. By the way, special thanks to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson. Special thanks to all of our nerds at home watching. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. Check out our premium service at gomtv.net. You can watch all the games whenever you want. If you get the premium, I think it's $10. Pretty good deal considering how much content you're going to get.
Indeed.
So definitely check that out. Pretty please. The matchup is a TVT. We've seen a lot of that here.
Yeah.
In Code S and Code A. I think the best TVTs usually tend to be the longest. We've seen a few interesting openers, though, with people going infantry, which I know you and me kind of have mixed feelings about. But we'll see if things start to change around. But let's take a look at the maps now.
All right, we have Jungle Basin, Scrap Station, and Steps of War. Both players removed Delta Quadrant. That's like 3 out of 4 players
I know
today removing Delta Quadrant.
Not a popular map.
Yeah, they do not want to play there. Well, these are actually some interesting maps for TBT. Of course, Scrap Station, Jungle Basin play different than more standard maps.
Yeah.
Steps of War, more standard, but just so close to each other that it's going to become stressful as soon as Siege Tanks with Siege Mode are out on the map.
Scrap Station, probably one of the weirdest maps, TBT.
Yeah.
Because you're both, with the exception of the island, expanding towards the lower left side, which means the longer the game goes, the stronger drops get.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
I like the middle path on Scrap Station. How a lot of times someone will have to just turtle right there. All right, the game is starting, so
let's get ready for some TBT action here at the GSL. In the red, our Terran player. He is quite fearsome.
JSL Genesis.
He's been bashing a lot of the highest level StarCraft 2 players. He was a StarCraft 1 expert. Now down here to SC. Oh, excuse me. We have our blue Terran. His name is
SC Foyu.
There he is.
There he is. I was telling the truth, see? Now,
I didn't believe you at first.
You guys got to trust me, man. Depot on the way. Terran versus Terran. It's a lot like chess. It's all about positioning. It's it's all about patience. Sometimes you're in a bad location. You got to wait it out. You can't make impulsive decisions. It's a great matchup.
Very true. I hope that we do not see just completely infantry-based games, though. Sometimes it gets
especially on this
frustrating.
map.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
When you just see Marines and Marauders jump into each other, you're like, oh, well, all right, I guess you can play that way sometimes. So anyways, very standard build orders so far, but we do not see a gas yet from JSL.
Looks like he's going to go fast command center.
Yeah. And, that's a fine build. You can definitely do that. I'll be interested to see, though, if he wants to go infantry behind that or tech up to siege tanks.
Yeah. Very good idea to put this depot over here. Not too close to the rocks, not too far away. Just close enough so we can see if the rocks are being damaged to know if somebody's coming in through the back door.
That's right. And scouting each other's bases. They're going to get some Marines out and putting an end to that. Now, a lot more scouting intel is going to be told by SC Foyu's SCV because he sees there are no gases. So he's like, oh, okay, you are making a command center. And now SC can do absolutely whatever he wants. On the other hand, JSL is not going to get a whole lot of information because that Marine's going to pop out and get rid of him before there's any tech buildings in place for SC Foyu. Some amazing SCV micro keeping that SCV alive that long, though.
Yeah, really nice control there. Marine's going to go to the front of the ramp and guard. Tech lab on the way. This is one of those maps you can go Reaper on to scout.
Yep.
Never a bad idea. On Jungle Basin to go Reaper.
Yeah, I love to see the delayed Reaper on a map that's just so wide in the main base like this. You can normally find somewhere to jump out and just scout everything for the low price of 50 minerals and 50 gas.
They must be crazy to do that.
I know,
I'm
right?
sold.
And in fact, he is making that Reaper.
Meanwhile, the command center coming down here. Now, some good Terran players will actually predict where the Reaper is going to come.
Yeah.
And that's where you can become a bit of a gamble, but it's definitely worth it to at least put 1 or 2 Marines, if you have them, in locations you think are most likely to have a Reaper hop up them. Because if you intercept that, then they're in a lot of trouble.
It's quite awesome if you do intercept. In fact, I did that the other day to someone on ladder, and they called me a map hacker.
Oh, that's the best feeling in the world when you get called a map hacker. Look, there's no way a human could be this good, and you're just like, LOL.
And here comes the Reaper.
Now, he really should not be focusing as much. Well, I guess getting these SCVs doesn't hurt, but
yeah, no,
didn't really do much scouting with him.
Yeah, he just saw 1 gas. I don't think he even saw both. But, yeah, he did not see both gases.
He did not really scout with the Reaper, so...
Killing a couple SCVs, that's always good, though.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with killing SCVs. It's always a good thing.
And his command center going to finish up as the orbital is finishing up for his opponent. So, SC Foyu, really not all that far behind, especially after killing a couple SCVs. In fact, right now the SCV count is 1 in favor at 24 to 22 SCVs for Mr. SC Foyu.
Both actually scanning each other at the exact identical time. Just so happens Artos' screen was on the blue base, excuse me. So they both now spotted exactly what each other are doing. Are you laughing at my mispronunciation?
You said the blue blade?
The blue blaze.
Oh, I thought you said blade. I was like, what kind of anime are you watching?
I suddenly get like a nerd list with the blue base. He's going Reapers. Now we have siege mode on the way.
As well as a medevac. So
yeah.
I think we will probably see just siege tanks, medevacs, probably a few Vikings as well from JSL. Now, what will we see from SC Foyu? Is he going to go something very similar, or will he go for Banshees? Because that's really the question, isn't it? And it's going to be exactly the same thing.
So, we got Banshees coming from one player here at the north, and he is going to get Cloak too. Now, Cloak Banshee can be very deadly, because you can force them to scan. As I've said before, they will end up wasting what could have been a mule. If the Banshee escapes, then you're going to have to scan again. That's 2 mules.
And, you know, investing in that cloak, as JSL Zenith is doing right now, I think it's a good idea. You know, it is expensive. It's an expensive upgrade, no doubt about it. It does take a while. But as you were saying, Tasis, making him use off some mules and just having the threat of cloaked banshees being around can be quite excellent.
Note how he moves the Marines and the tank out while having the Banshee bank off into another direction. Uh-oh, they don't spot each other.
No, they don't. And this little medevac drop could do a lot of damage if JSL Zenith's army is out of position.
Stim isn't done yet, but we will see if he waits for Stim to complete before he moves in. Here comes the Banshee now. He's going to wait for Cloak, which will finish right about now. And he's going to move in.
Looks like the other dropship not going to wait either. And the Banshee is going to go ahead and go to work.
Meanwhile, in the red base, the drop is about to occur. Nothing here to defend.
Beautiful. At the same time, a Reaper looks like it wants to jump up.
Reaper in the main.
Oh, but it gets taken out.
Oh, taken out already. Now we have the Banshee continuing to take shots. Why is he attacking the depot? I don't know. You don't know either. Because there's no good reason to do that. Now
SCFOU runs away.
Yeah.
At the same time, the Banshee runs away. All sorts of harass this game. But Banshee is going to run out of cloaking.
I don't feel like JSL really utilized the Banshee the way he could have there. He did not get as many SCV kills as I thought. Second Banshee's now out. Usually if you see a Banshee attacking your units, you almost always instantly make a Viking.
Yeah.
Because by the time that Viking's out, the Banshee usually just then runs out of energy. Nice control!
Oh
wow. My God.
Getting that Banshee out of there, that is pretty sick.
That was beautiful. You know what I also realized was beautiful is when I said nice control, no matter what I said, it would have been correct because I didn't say who did it.
That's true.
Wow.
But you were
Slick
especially
casting.
right because you meant it for JSL Zenith.
That's right. You guys just didn't know that. The Raven's going to get over here, and there you go.
It's going to be all she wrote for that Banshee.
Probably would have been better to just go back and repair it.
Yeah, he was just trying to make him use another scan, I think. He's like,
Oh,
whatever,
yeah. No,
you can
that's
have
exactly
this.
what he's doing.
Just give me another one of your mules. So right now, supply-wise, they're exactly even at 100 each. Very, very close game so far. As for SCVs, 3 ahead is JSL Zenith, so it's 46 against 43 SCVs. They're both still producing. And it looks like JSL, on the minimap, we can see moving out a little bit, as SCFOU is happy at home.
You know, I was about to say, I wonder when these guys are actually going to move out. The SCV spots it, though. But, oh, no, that's interesting. He's going to go ahead and pull back now.
Huh.
I think he may realize that his element of surprise is gone.
Yeah, and
This
the dropship is moving out.
Here we
because
go.
it did see the army leaving. And he's going to have Stim as well. But Stim, JSL Zenith has it, and he is chasing this stuff away, using his SCVs as well. And only one Marine in that medevac make it away.
The Marine just yelling at the driver like, we got to get out of here.
She's like, don't yell at me!
I can't concentrate when you're yelling at me and I'm driving. Now, oddly enough, our blue player, SCFOU, never really walked out of his base, and now he actually can be contained like this. And if you look at the ramp here, that's a small ramp. That's basically a funnel.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it very difficult for him to get out. Meanwhile, Banshee, a little bit too ballsy. Uh-oh, more Banshee harassment. Stim, scan.
Oops.
Nice. I like how he didn't overstim there.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are seeing people like Maka Prime stimming like 30 Marines
Yeah.
to chase away a group of mutas.
That can be painful.
Yeah.
Maka, great player, but huge mistake.
Uh-oh, don't do it.
Marines lost their lives to see if they could snipe off that dropship. And JSL looking like he's going to go ahead and leave.
I don't know why.
Going to the high ground, getting an even better position.
Oh, that's smart. Oh, he's going to leave the base. Blue player leaving the base. He does retreat back up, though.
Yep, as soon as he sees those tank shots, it's going to be very hard to break out. That's a beautiful position by JSL Zenith. That's just exactly how you want to do it. That's how does he remove that cost efficiently?
You really can't.
It's so hard. So SCFOU is contained, and JSL Zenith taking that base that you see there.
And if you notice, he's got a nice spread here on the lower part of the map. You can basically contain him. He's going to spot anything that's leaving. You can see dropships are leaving, but they're going to be spotted by the red dropship. Medevac, excuse me, too much StarCraft 1 in my life.
They're called medevac dropships, aren't they?
It's safe enough. So he knows the drop's coming.
Instead of trying to pick off the dropships.
Not good marine positioning here for our red player. But actually nice control there. Runs away to let his medevac heal. We're coming.
But in the meantime, he's left his tanks undefended, so I can't believe he actually walked
I can't believe he brought his tanks. That is so bad.
You know, he has just a few tanks over there right now. If SC Foyu had some dropships in his main base, he can just drop right on those tanks and get out of the containment instantly. So a big blunder to send every single Marine after just a couple dropships. He really needs them to cover the siege tanks.
Vikings are going to come out. They could just land on the tanks. This could screw everything up for JSL. Nope. Reinforcements get there just in time.
Now, SC has to come up with some sort of better plan than what he's with right now, because JSL is on the 3 base. His macro's getting bigger. His unit count is getting pretty sick. And see those Marines on the side? I love that. That's going to be able to help catch any drops. He also has Marines on the right side of the map. Realizes, okay, I'm getting really far ahead because of my extra command center.
SC Foyu, I got to be really critical on this guy. As I said earlier, this is a matchup that is about positioning. It's like chess. He's been sitting in his base. He basically just let the guy walk up and contain him.
Yeah.
And you can see what a mess he's in right now. Now watch it. He's going to fly into these Marines. Oh no, he's going to try to go out the back door.
Yeah, that's probably a good choice here, but...
What the Red Terror can do, JSL can do, he can actually go inside the main.
Yeah, and look at that beautiful drop right there. SCV's trying to take out those Marines. Luckily, there's some Marines there to help them out.
Oh, nice. Siege over here. Intercepting.
JSL losing a lot of siege tanks.
Late siege there. And no medevacs here to heal.
Suddenly, SC Foyu busting out and equalizing a lot of the supply.
Well, he needs to catch this push. Or, oh, actually, you know what? I think he can. I think he's got enough. Uh-oh.
And,
Stimming.
wow, JSL just really going balls to the wall trying to take this out, but it is not working out for him. Losing a lot of units. Very sloppy play there. SC Foyu pushes his way back in, but a nice drop coming up.
JSL just going to go ahead and push this open, naked location. These tanks are going to have to come defended. And he backs up wisely so. But he's also contained him again.
So now, right at this moment, SC Foyu's units that you see right here, yeah, this is fearsome. He's sieging up this expansion, which is very nice, but they are alone. No way reinforcements are getting out there right now. So JSL, what he needs to do, get enough units to absolutely crush that group of units, then go crush.
Right, he stems, moves forward, sending everything at him. He knows he just needs to get rid of this small army up here, but these siege tanks are staying strong.
Indeed, they are.
There are there's still 3 siege tanks there.
You know, what I was saying is exactly opposite of what he did. You need an overwhelming force to crush that with. No reason to panic and attack.
Should have waited for these tanks.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? SC Foyu could win this now if he just plays it carefully enough.
Definitely a possibility.
It won't be easy, but he's definitely gave him an opening. JSL just not quite able to
feels like
correctly.
JSL is falling apart here.
Yeah.
Look at this. SC just starting to run over every piece of his army. JSL was just, I don't know, he got too antsy. He was ahead. He didn't have to do those things. You just wait for more units in TVT when you have part of their army, you know, segregated, I guess is a good way to call it.
We'll see if he can actually respond to this. This is getting bad, Artosis. You know, this is one of the worst feelings in the world.
Yeah, when you're that far ahead and then you just start losing everything, getting sloppy.
You know you're on TV, you know you're dominating, and then all of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute. He's starting to catch up, and then suddenly he's getting ahead. JSL's ends up going down the center.
They're
he spots it,
each other.
sieging up. This is going to be messy. Interestingly enough, siege tanks actually outrange the planetary fortress not in siege mode.
Huh.
I actually didn't know that.
No, I wasn't aware.
I wasn't actually aware of that because I always sieged up next to him. Now he's sieging up. He's going to take out the planetary fortress.
Looks like both planetaries are likely to die here.
Nice. He's going to go ahead and try to repair it until he can come up with a solution. Now, if he can just unsiege his tanks that would destroy the planetary, regroup. He doesn't want to lose that planetary, though. Meanwhile, that drop over here in the main.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to just siege up at the bottom. And not a smart attack at the top by JSL. Just suiciding Marines into it, but also flanking from the bottom, so that makes it much better. And JSL does finally clean that up. So now they are both mining from just one base at this point. Their mains have mined out. And their supplies are just about exactly even, 124 to 120.
It's head-to-head right now. Both these guys taking heavy blows. It's been a messy game. Nothing's quite gone according to plan. It does look like this is a good position here, though, for SC Foyu. Having control over the primary desirable expansion here for JSL Zenith. But now he's getting closed in on from two different sides. He's sandwiched.
Both players flanking here. And whose flank will come out on top? It is SC Foyu's. But still, their supply almost exactly the same.
I got some siege tanks, Foyu.
Yeah, well, looks like he certainly does because all the Marines go down.
I think actually JSL just botched this game.
It is looking like that, Tasteless. JSL with almost nothing left at this point. His supply finally falling well below SC Foyu's. SC Foyu even has that extra orbital floating towards the middle of the map to take another base.
You could see in his face JSL realizing, oh my god, I had this game, I should have won this. SC Foyu, talk about an adrenaline rush here. He's had to, basically climb out of a well this game.
Yeah, it really felt like he was going to lose it, but, he stayed calm, came out, did what he could. JSL botched it a few times, and SC Foyu takes down game one, and has to be happy with that game, winning from that position. It's a hard thing to do.
SC Foyu, I don't think he played it correctly in the mid-game, but when it came to the late game, once he broke out, that's not a moment where you have time to sit back and think.
Yeah.
Normally when you're contained, you can see how happy he is.
He is happy.
I'm happy for him.
Like, whoa, I thought I was dead. But
that was scary. So, it's too bad though. JSL was so ahead. He was so ahead that there's really no way he should have lost that.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
He actually managed to choke out the contain break. When JSL, SC Foyu broke out, he actually isolated again, but freaked out when those siege tanks were hitting the expansion. He did not wait for all the units to regroup and
exactly. In fact, when he attacked up into that, he had Marines, SCVs, and siege tanks. He actually just stemmed it and attack moved. So the Marines got ahead. The SCVs were supposed to be ahead. And then, so all the Marines die, then the SCVs die, while the siege tanks try to get up.
Yeah.
It's not how you deal with it. Realistically, you should have just waited for a few more units and flanked. Ranged units do not like to be flanked. That is the main thing. That's what StarCraft 1 Terran was all about. You'd have to flank the Terran. You'd never want to fight them face on. But anyways, we're going to start this game, Tasteless.
The countdown's
begun.
Game number 2. I'm looking forward to it. Another TVT here at the GSL. Get ready.